to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be doing my makeup collection for 2018. Now I do a makeup collection every year, but in the past year I have gained so much makeup. I'm so lucky to be sent so much makeup, and I also love buying it as well, which means I collect it in my nice little 9 Alex Straw unit, which is now packed to the brim with makeup. And one of my most requested videos recently is to do a makeup collection, so I thought you guys would really like to see it. So today I'm going to be giving you a full in-depth tour of my Alex Straws, what I keep in them, my brushes, literally everything that I have that's makeup related. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please smash a huge thumbs up, and other than that, let's get started. This just here is my makeup brush pot. I know it's literally bursting with brushes. I have so many in there, but I love makeup brushes, like I hoarder them. So this is my beauty blender. It's covered in foundation, but then what do you expect? I use it every single day. And I've just got some eyelash curlers, and then I've got some tweezers, which are both from Primark. I've got so many brushes. I've got this beautiful one, which is from Too Faced. I've got a ton of the Tarte brushes, which I ordered because look at the glitter handle, like they're incredible. I'm just going to go through some of my favourite brushes. So this is one of my favourites. It's the Morphe contour brush, and it is the E3, I want to say it is, but this is hands down one of my favourite brushes ever. This MAC brush is also amazing. It's the MAC 2405 brush, and it's gorgeous. It's just the perfect type of shape to brush the powder or highlight onto your face. I love this little definer brush from Real Techniques as well. That's one of my faves. And then also my eyebrow brush, which is the white one from Lily England. If I'm doing eyeshadow, all I will use will be the Real Techniques brushes. As you can see, I do have a lot of the Real Techniques brushes in here. I've also got a lot of these golden handle ones, which are Spectrum brushes, because they actually sent me a ton, but I really do like them. I also love this brush, which is a MAC 2175 brush, which is covered in yellow eyeshadow at the moment. I love this GWA fan brush as well, and this GWA brush here. But overall, those are some of my favourite brushes. These are brushes that I wouldn't really get as much use out of. Actually, that's a lie. I use this Tarte one all the time. But the brushes that I've showed you are the ones that I kind of use on an everyday basis and will always keep in my makeup bag when I'm travelling. We're actually going to start off in my top drawer, which is my foundations, primers, concealers, basically all of my base products. So first of all, down in this corner, I've got my foundation. So I've got my Makeup Forever HD, Fenty Beauty. I've got my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which I love, but sadly you can only get this in America, so fingers crossed I'll bring this to the UK. And then underneath these, I've got some YSL ones. I've got a Rimmel one, Urban Decay All Night, which is amazing, Marc Jacobs, which is amazing. Then I've got my L'Oreal True Match, my Cover FX, and then my Too Faced Born This Way. I'd say my favourite out of all these foundations is probably Marc Jacobs for the high end, and then L'Oreal for the drugstore. Don't get me wrong, I love Rimmel ones, I love the Maybelline one, but L'Oreal True Match is one of my like swear buys, like I love it. And then over here I have a load of concealers, and I also do have more foundations down here. So I've got my MAC Face and Body Foundation, and I've got my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, which are both really good as well. And then down here I've got my Dior, and I've got some Benefit Hello Happy Foundation, which I haven't actually tried yet. That's just like there for when I want to use it. Then I've got my MAC Conceal Palette, and then I've got some Nars ones, I've got MAC concealers, I've got Dior ones, and then I've got Urban Decay All Nighter and Tarte Shape Tape. That's kind of it for the high-end ones. And then I've got some collection ones, which I love. I've got the green one, and then I've got a few of the normal ones as well, because I think they're amazing. I've got the new Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Rewind Concealer, which again, I love. I've got some EX1 concealers. I've got the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, which I love. And that's pretty much it for my concealer. I've got quite a few colour correcting ones because I really like colour correcting. I've got the purple Naked Skin one, I've got the green Naked Skin one, and then I've also got the yellow one. Most of this makeup in this drawer, well, most of my makeup in general has actually been sent to me, so I haven't really bought many of these, which I'm super grateful for. But overall, I'd say my favourite drugstore one is Collection, and then my favourite high-end one is probably either the Urban Decay All Nighter or the Tarte Shape Tape. I love this, and if you can get your hands on it, you definitely should, because it's an incredible incredible concealer. That's kind of it for all my concealers. I'm saying that's kind of it. I know there's a lot there, but I do use concealer on an everyday basis, and I also do use foundation on an everyday basis. And then we're heading over to the back of my drawer. So I've got a ton of primers. So I've got the Too Faced Primed and Peachy, which is one of my favourites. As you can probably tell, there's a lot of this gone. I've got two YSL ones. These are the Touche Eclat Blur primers. I've used a lot more of the pink one than I have of the blue one. The blue one just isn't really suited that well to my skin, but I still do use it when I don't really want to use the pink one. And then I've got the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, which I really like. I've got the Tarte Rainforest Makeup Setting Spray, and then I've got two Benefit primers. So I've got the Porefessional Matte Rescue one, and then I've got the classic Porefessional, which I actually need to use more because that's such a good primer, and I feel like everybody's starting to forget about it, and they definitely shouldn't because it's incredible. And then over here I've got quite a few makeup setting sprays. So I've got the Too Faced Festival Makeup Setting Spray. I've got the MAC Prep and Prime Fix and Pink Life one, which is so pretty. I love the packaging of that. Then I've got an Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray that's actually got my name on it. I don't know if you guys can see, but it actually says Anastasia on it here because I went to a lunch with them and then they gave me it. And then I've also got one of the iconic London setting sprays. I love those so much. They spray like glitter over your makeup. It's super, super pretty. And then back here, which you can't really see, I've got a MAC oil lotion, and then I've got a YSL makeup setting spray, which I haven't actually had the chance to try yet. So that's kind of everything in my face drawer. I know I have a lot, but I have used everything in this drawer at least 5 or 6 times, and I'm super, super grateful for everything that I have. Like I said, my favourites would definitely be the Too Faced primer, probably the L'Oreal True Match and the Marc Jacobs. I love the Urban Decay makeup setting spray. I think that's amazing, and I'm really excited to try the Hello Happy foundation. So that's the first drawer. That's all of my base makeup, and now we're going to move on to the second drawer, which is contour, blush, highlight, everything like that. This is my second drawer. This is probably one of my favourite drawers just because I love the way it looks. I love how the packaging like all lines up. It's very aesthetically pleasing. So first of all, over in this corner here, I've got a MAC highlighting palette. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of my favourite highlighting palettes that I actually own. It's one of their brand new ones as well. It's the Hyper Real Glow, so I love that. In this little container here, I've got a ton of Benefit boxed products. So I've got a California blush, I've got a Sugar Bomb blush, Dandelion Twinkle, which has actually got my name on it as well because I went to Benny Island, which was this really cool event they did in the summer, and they gave me that with my name on. And then I've got Rockachua blush, I've got Benefit number 10, which is a contour and highlight duo, which is actually really old now, so probably shouldn't be keeping this, but I just really like the packaging. And then I've got a mini Hoola bronzer, again with my initials on. They gave me this when I went to Benny Island, and it's one of my favourite bronzers ever. And then I've just got this little Too Faced unicorn glitter stick, and it's like a highlighting stick. It's really, really pretty. Moving on into this first container, so I first of all have a Milani Rose blush. I've got the MAC Patrick Star collection. I love the packaging of this. I think it's beautiful. And then it's just this two-toned blush. Then I've got two setting powders. I've got the Beauty Bakery Flower Powder and the Too Faced Sweet Peach Powder. This is actually fairly new to my collection, and it's one of my favourite things. Then I've got two Too Faced products. So I've got the Unicorn Tears blush and the highlight. So this one is the highlight. It's absolutely gorgeous, as you can see, and it's just so pretty. And then this is the Unicorn Tears contour and highlight. The contour and bronzer is actually really shimmery, so I don't use this as often. Then I've got a MAC highlighter, which is this gorgeous golden one, and then I've got two soft and gentle highlighters because they're my favourite things ever. I work with MAC quite a lot, so I've actually got two of them because they kindly sent me two. And then down here I've got some more products, obviously. So I've got Nars Orgasm blush. This is one of my OG blushes. I've had this a very long time, and it's one of my favourite makeup products. I've then got a Too Faced Sweetheart blush. I've got two Ofra highlighters, which are some of the best highlighters. If you're looking for a really, really pigmented one, this one is in the shade Pillow Talk, and I'm just going to give it a little swatch for you guys so you can see. It's just incredible, like it's amazing. So if you're looking for a highlighter, head over to Beauty Bay and pick up one of the Ofra ones. I'll leave a link down below. Then I've got a Too Faced Sweet Peach blush. I've got Makeup Geek bronzers. I've got a Sleek Rose Gold blush, which is a dupe for the Nars Orgasm. I've got a Tarte blush, which I've had for years and I just don't want to part with it. I got it at BeautyCon in 2015 and it's just one of my favourite products, so I just don't want to part with it. And then I've got some of the MAC Panda range, and it's just this gorgeous little contour Contour Blush Duo. Then back here I've got some palettes. So I've got a sleek blush palette, a sleek highlighting palette, and then a Maybelline and a Collection contour and highlight trio. Then I've got the iconic London highlight drops, which are gorgeous. These look amazing on your shoulders and they just kind of drip out like that, but they create such a beautiful glow. And then I've got 4 of the mini like Benny tints. So I've got High Beam, I've got Posy Beam, I've got Benny Tint, and I've got Posy Tint. I think that's all of them. And then I've got a NYX Rose Gold blush, which I love. Actually, it's not called Rose Gold, it's called Rose Garden, and it's such a gorgeous colour. And then I've got Benefit What's Up highlighter, I've got the Dew the Hoola stick and the Dew the Hoola liquid bronzer. And then down here I've got one of my favourite bronzers, which is the Urban Decay Beached one. It's so gorgeous and it's like the perfect shade for me. So if you're quite fair and you wear the lightest shades of foundation, I love this and I definitely recommend it. Then heading towards the back a little bit more, down here I've got some NYX Honey Dew drops, which I haven't actually opened yet, so I need to try those. Then I've got the Benefit Porefessional powder, I've got the Benefit Porefessional, this, I don't really know what this is, I haven't actually had a chance to use it yet. It's like a pore minimizing makeup. I think it might be like a foundation BB cream type thing. I've then got Sophie's highlighting palette, which again is one of my absolute favourites. So if you're looking for a highlighter palette from the drugstore, I'd recommend that one. Then I've got some Jeffree Star highlights, which are again amazing. I've got Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and then the glow kit down there. And then I've actually got on this side another glow kit. I've got the Ultimate one, which again is one of my absolute faves. And then I've got the Tarte Park Avenue Princess contour palette, which is gorgeous. You get 6 different shades here. These 2 are highlight and then these 4 are contour. It's one of the best palettes that I own because I genuinely do use it all the time. So that is basically it for my face drawer. I do love this drawer because I personally love contouring, highlight and blush. I definitely wear contour and highlight more often than I wear blush, hence why I have a lot more of them. But again, the majority of this drawer was sent to me as PR. There's only a few things that I've actually bought, so I'm very, very fortunate to have been sent all of these to try out. But if you do want to see them more in depth, then I've done a lot of makeup tutorials where you can watch me use the products. Now we're moving on to my third drawer, which is where I keep my mascaras, eyeliners, eyebrow products, glitter, some palettes. I've basically got a lot of eye stuff in here. So starting off in this little section down here, I've got a few eyeliners. So I've got some Dior eyeliners, I've got a blue one, I know somewhere, yeah, here I've got a yellow one, and I've also got down here a pink one, which I love. Occasionally I'll outline my black eyeliner with the coloured eyeliners and it looks so cool. Then I've got some eyebrow products. So I've got my Freedom Brow Pomade, which is an everyday for me. I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, which I actually haven't, well actually I was going to say I haven't used that much. I really have. Maybe I should go back to using this. And then I've got the L'Oreal Paradise Pomade one, which again haven't used that much but I do really like. Then I've got a lot of liquid eyeshadows. So I've got a lot of the Collection Glam Crystals, and I think I've also got, yeah, some Cover FX ones as well. I've got like Maybelline Tattoo Brow, which is a brow tint. I've got some glitter glue. I've got Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I have a lot of the Benefit brow products in here. I've actually got 2 Gimme Brows, and then I've got a 3D brow tones, and I've got the Highbrow. I also have some of the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. These are some of my favourites. So I've got the one in black, I've got the one in milk, which if you're like an OG YouTube, you remember that everybody had this. And then I've got some of the Maybelline Tattoo Brow pencils. I've got Master Precise eyeliner. I've got another brow pencil. I've actually got quite a few brow products that I haven't really used, so I definitely need to try them out. Then basically that's kind of it for this part of the drawer. I've just got like eyeliners, a lot of brow products, a lot of products that I actually don't get that much use out of that I really should start to use. Then in this part of the drawer I have a lot of glitters. So I've got a little sharpener, and then I've got some glitter glue here, and then I've got a ton of Gypsy Shrine glitters here. I've also got a random pair of eyelashes that are just down there. So I've got some white ones. I actually kind of put them in like colour order. So I've got like white ones, pink ones, greeny blue ones, and then here I've got some Shine Shack glitters. Shine Shack is my ultimate fave. I love them. And then I've got some matte glitters here as well. So I've got some stars, I've got gold ones, I've got silver, purple, rose gold. This part of my drawer is amazing for when I'm doing makeup looks and I'm doing YouTube tutorials and like festival looks, because everybody everybody loves a bit of glitter. These glitters are also really good for your body as well. And then back here I've got a ton of mascaras. So I've got 2 Maybelline Lash Sensational ones, which I recently picked up when I was in LA. This is an American exclusive and I haven't had a chance to try it yet, so I'll try that and let you guys know what I think. And then I've got the L'Oreal Flash Lash Fiber one, I've got the CoverGirl one, I've got Too Faced Better Than Sex. I've actually got some Dior coloured mascaras. I've got like a red one and a coral one. I've got L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic Mascara, Tarte ones, Benefit ones. This is another brow product that actually should be over there. I've got Urban Decay, and then I've got some Glam Crystals from Collection. So these are all my mascaras. I do kind of just swear by a few, and then others that I've been sent that I've kind of tried once or twice. So the one that I swear by is Maybelline Lash Sensational, but I've also used up all of the Too Faced one. I absolutely adored Benefit Bad Girl Bang, but mine is literally like completely ran out. There's just no product left in there. I don't really know why I'm keeping the packaging, to be honest. And then I've also used this L'Oreal one quite a few times, and I really like that too. And then at the back of my drawer I've just got some palettes. So, well, I've actually got a MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which will just pop there, and then I've got some eyelashes. These are 2 different pairs, and I just like to keep them in there for when I'm doing tutorials. So I've got the MAC Risk Taker palette, and it just looks like this. This is such a beautiful palette. And then I've got the Too Faced Glitter palette. I feel like this was just like overhyped. Like, it's okay, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it's not that pigmented. I've got the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, which I love. I've got Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, but this is a semi-sweet one. I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which, honest to God, this is one of my favourite palettes. I haven't used it in such a long time, but it's so gorgeous. And then I've got the Manny MUA X Makeup Geek palette, which I feel like not many people have anymore, but it's actually one of my favourites, and these 2 colours are so pigmented. And then last eyeshadow palette for this drawer is my Urban Decay Naked Heat Petite palette. It's so gorgeous. I use this through a mirror all the time and just as an everyday eyeshadow colour. I actually did say that this is my last one, but I think I have some more underneath here. So I've got my Fashion Fanatic palette, which if you guys were following me about a year ago, I actually did a advert for MAC, and this was the palette that I did it for. It's on their Instagram and it's so cool, and it was like one of the best experiences of my life, and this was the palette that I was the face of for it. And then I've also got a Morphe palette, and that is all of the palettes for that part of my drawer. Now we are on to drawer number 4, which is where I keep the majority of my palettes. So first of all, I've got my Urban Decay Backtalk palette. This again is one of my favourites. You've got blushes on this side, and then on the other side you have eyeshadows, so really nice palette to take in your makeup collection there. Down the front I've got the MAC X Patrick Star collection. I've got the first one and the second one. I love the first one. And then I've also got down here the 2 Naked Basics palettes. I've got Basics 1 and Basics 2. Honestly, I remember when this was just the most raved about palette. Like, I do still love it. I don't use it as often, I'll have to admit, but I remember when everybody loved this palette. Then back here I've got the Manny MUA Life's a Drag palette. Again, don't really get as much use out of this as I should, but I'm definitely going to start to use it more. Then I've got a palette here which I made when I was on a day out with MAC. So I've got 6 different eyeshadows, I've got 2 cream contour slash blushes, and then 2 normal blushes, and an artist like illustrated me on it and then wrote my name. So this is a gorgeous palette to have in my collection, and it means a lot to me. Then I've got the Too Faced Clover palette. This is so pretty. I love the yellow in this palette, and I love the purple. I prefer the more vibrant colours. Then I've got the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I actually used this orange shade in a tutorial recently, and it's so gorgeous, so I really want to do more looks with this. I feel like it's quite a neutral palette apart from these colours, but they're still very muted. And then I've got the Tartelette in the Bloom palette, which again is another raved about palette. It's such a gorgeous one. I love this. Then I've got some little single ones. So I've got the Sweet as Candy trio from Wet n Wild. Again, if you're OG YouTube, you will know that these were the thing about 3 years ago. And then I've got this little MAC duo that I made before I literally like had any of this makeup. I went to MAC and I treated myself to this little duo, and I used to wear it every single day to school. Then I've got a ton of the Naked palette. So I've got the Naked Heat, Naked 3, Naked 2 and Naked Smoky. And then back here I've got the Revolution X Soph number 1 palette. I've also got number 2, but my friend is borrowing it at the moment, and this is what it looks like. It's one of my faves. And then I've got the Violet Voss palette, which again, I get so much use out of. This is definitely one of my favourite, if not my favourite, like eyeshadow palettes. Like, look at how wrecked it is. Back here, I have got another Urban Decay palette. I've got the Beached eyeshadow palette, which has got some blues in, which is really nice. And then I've got another MAC palette, and this is Queen Supreme, and it's full of like very kind of gold, grungy glitters. And then here I've got my Too Faced chocolate bar, and then here I've got my Queen of Hearts by Coloured Rain palette. And again, this is another one of my favourites. I actually got this from Beauty Bay, but it's so pigmented. These two shades are incredible when you do an ombre cut crease or anything like that, and these glitter shades are amazing, especially this one here. I love it. And that is all the eyeshadow palettes that I have in this drawer. I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but again, a lot of these have been sent to me as PR. I've rarely really bought that many of them, so again, I am super grateful. And I do a lot of eyeshadow looks. If you do follow my Instagram, or if you do watch my makeup tutorials, then you will see that I've used basically every single one of these palettes online at some point. And here is my final drawer. So in this drawer I keep all of my lipsticks, and I have 2 layers here, so we're going to be here for a while. So here I have all of my MAC lipsticks, and you would notice that my collection has literally tripled since I last did a makeup collection. I've got a load of their brand new mini lipsticks, which I think are beautiful, and then I've got a load of the normal ones. So I've got the Cinderella collection, which me and Lewis actually did a swap box about 3 years ago, and he got me this. And then I've got the Patrick Star collection. I also have a few that I haven't even got in here yet, and they're in a PO box haul waiting to be shown. But I've got loads. I've got some of my favourites are like Velvet Teddy, I love Angel, I love Faux. This shade Instigator is really pretty. It's like a dark mellow purple colour. I love that. This shade is my Velvet Teddy. It's very loved. I actually have 2 because I really wanted to get another one because I just love it so much. And then I've also got other shades here. I've got Blankety, which was one of my first ever ones. It's, as you can tell, a very safe nude shade. Then I've also got the shade Rebel, which was one of my first darker shades, which is more of a red. But I love MAC lipsticks so much. They're some of my favourite lipsticks ever, and I really should use them more. This is the Patrick Star colour. It's really gorgeous. And then this is the Cinderella colour. It's a very like muted pinky colour. So I just keep all my MAC lipsticks in one little section because I'm going to actually get an acrylic organiser to put all of these in so I can display them. Then here we have some of my favourite nude lipsticks. So I've got my 2 Kylie Jenner ones. I've got my Candy K and then my Literally Gloss. These are quite old now, so I probably should get some new ones, but I really like them. And then I've got my favourite ever lipstick. This is the one that's about to run out, and this is my brand new one to go, which I'm basically going to use now because this is absolutely trash, as you can tell. I've gone through 4 of these, and it's the Too Faced Melted Matte in Child Star. It's the most beautiful colour, and I'm wearing it in pretty much every single makeup post that I wear, so honestly I love it. Then I've got some of the Melted Latex lip glosses from Too Faced. I've got quite a few of these actually. I've got a more brown one, I've got a clear one, and then I've also got some of the melted chocolate ones as well. I've got a few lip glosses, so I've got an Anastasia Beverly Hills one in Toffee. I've got another Anastasia Beverly Hills one, a Urban Decay one. I've got some Huda Beauty ones. Then I've got some Colourpop lipsticks back here. I love Colourpop matte lipsticks, they're incredible. I've got all of the Soph X Revolution lipsticks, which I really like as well, and I've got a YSL lipstick which my nan bought me, and then I've got some Too Faced ones, and then I've got a Tarte one. So these are kind of all my favourite nude lipsticks, which if I'm ever wearing a nude, it always kind of comes out from this pile. Then I've got my more dark vampy colours down here. So I've got some Colourpop ones. This is Colourpop's Viper, and it's one of my favourite ever lipsticks. I used to wear this all the time, hence why it's completely run out. Then I've got some more of the Melted Latex ones, and then I've got another Kylie one as well. I think this is Court K. I've actually got another Kylie one as well down here. Then I've got some more Colourpop ones, more Huda Beauty, more melted chocolate ones, and then this colour here is gorgeous. This is in the shade Potion, and it's this very dark matte purple, almost black when you put it on your lips. And then this one should probably be in here actually because it's more of a nude. And then I've just got another Urban Decay lip gloss. So I definitely have more nudes than vampy colours, but nudes are my favourite lipsticks to wear, and then these are just kind of when I'm feeling a bit more daring. So then this is layer 1, and then when you lift up this, I actually have a ton more lipsticks underneath. So I've got the Maybelline X Roxorus collection, and she designed her own packaging on these, which is amazing. And then I've got the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani lipsticks. I've got the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland lipsticks, and then I've got 2 of the melted latex colours which just didn't fit in the top. Then when I went away with NYX at Christmas, they actually gave us all of their Christmas products. So I've got every single lingerie and suede lipstick here in a miniature version, every single shade. So I've got bright pinks, I've got basically every nude shade, I've got lilacs, then I've got some Too Faced lip glosses, I've got some YSL lip glosses, I've got quite a few of those. I've got some L'Oreal lipsticks all at the back here because L'Oreal actually sent me every single shade of them, so I've got some and then my mum's got some. Then I've got some Dior lipsticks again because Dior kindly send me PR, which is incredible. So I've got a few Dior ones, I've got a few full-size NYX ones, and then I've got some MAC lip glosses here, some Buxom lip glosses, and then some Nails Inc incredible ones, and then another MAC X Patrick Star. So that's kind of everything in my lip drawer. There's no point me going through every single one because I do have basically every shade here, which I'm super lucky for, but these are an amazing formula, so if you've never tried them, you definitely should. I love the formula of these, and one of my favourite shades is Push Up. I don't know where it is, it looks like a shade very similar to this. If it's this, I'm actually going to be very proud. No, that's the shade Tainted, but I love the shade Push Up and I love the shade Lace something. It's really, really nice. And that is everything for my lips and my makeup collection. Down here in my drawer, I also do have a ton of eyelashes. So I've got a lot of GWA eyelashes from Primark. I've got some Kiss eyelashes, and then as you can see down there, I've just got my beauty products. I've got like my beauty blender cleaner. I've got some T-Zone skincare, but I have a lot of eyelashes. I've got like tons of them because they love to send me them, so thank you so much. Please do, because they get used. Like, I've gone through at least 15-16 pairs of these eyelashes recently. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please smash a huge thumbs up. I know this is at the end, but I wasn't trying to brag at all. I'm very, very, very grateful for what I have, and I'm just showing you purely because you guys want to see and I know that you're interested. So I'm really not trying to show off, I'm really not trying to brag. That's literally just what I'm doing, and I'm so grateful for everything that I do have. So please give it a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you on Wednesday at 6 PM for a brand new video. Mwah. Bye!